So there's always going to be problems with testing. Funding is going to be an issue always because it's expensive to do a program like that. You're always going to have parents or a community that does not support testing.
I have strong beliefs about that. Basically, I believe that because of the severity of what steroids can do to your body and your health, that they should be banned.
Professional athletes have been drug tested for many years. Now the subject of student drug testing is a controversial issue. This video will explore all sides of this topic.
Athletics play such an important role in our society, but unfortunately, some in professional sports are not setting much of an example. The use of performance-enhancing drugs like steroids in baseball, football, and other sports is dangerous, and it sends the wrong message that there are shortcuts to accomplishment and that performance is more important than character. So tonight I call on team owners, union representatives, coaches, and players to take the lead, to send the right signal, to get tough, and to get rid of steroids now.
In high school, in middle school, I think there should be more of an education program directed towards youth athletes dealing with steroid use, because a lot of youth athletes like to mimic professional athletes, and unfortunately there are a lot of professional athletes that use drugs and cheat to acquire what they have. So unfortunately, youth athletes mimic their heroes, and a lot of times they'll get involved with using drugs. So I strongly believe that there should be some education program, something along those lines for middle school and high school athletes.
Why just athletes? Why not, to me, what if I have a kid that is not involved in any extracurricular activities and I think that they're doing drugs? Do I call administration and have them tested as well? I mean, where do you draw the line? I can't, as a coach and as a teacher and as a parent, I have different views each way. As a coach, if I knew one of my athletes was using drugs, I would probably go to the parent. Now, as a parent, I feel like I am responsible for making sure that my own children are not using drugs. As a parent, I absolutely believe in random drug testing. But as a teacher and a coach, I don't know where you draw the line.
Drug testing obviously is under a great debate across our whole states, and as we receive more information about the number of students who are taking or using drugs, it's quite alarming. As a teacher, a coach, and now as a parent, it's something that comes to my mind. As a health teacher, it's a subject that we debate a great deal in my class. And we talk about drug testing, and I have teachers, friends who actually are in school corporations that are now in the process of using drug testing. I don't think drug testing, for me, my opinion is, drug testing is not a way of catching kids. I don't want it to be, we don't need to be the police. I think drug testing, I see this as, again, as a teacher, as a coach, and now as a parent. I see drug testing as a way of giving kids another reason to say no.
You know, I don't have any children, so obviously it's not something in the forefront of my mind, and I don't do illicit drugs. So I believe if an individual is displaying behavior that would call them into question, make them suspect, significant truancy, poor behavior in the classroom, a sudden and radical change in their grades or attitude toward others in the school, might prompt a conference with the parents, and if it's determined that a drug test is necessary, fine. But to randomly pull individuals out of a line and say, we'll drug test you and not someone else, not without some justification for doing so.
And I think you just have to look and weigh the pros and the cons, and I think there are too many pros. and that young people can have a much more positive experience if they know that they can participate in a clean environment. It's more fair, and you just have to be able to communicate that with the public so they understand that it is a positive thing, and it's not going to be a negative, and people are not going to be mistreated or unfairly judged because of the testing.
I can honestly say as a coach, I'm not personally aware of any athlete that I know that has participated with steroids. It's a long-term, short-term situation. I think there's no question that's why they're abused, that on the short term there are dramatic positives for an athlete. They are stronger, they are faster. But I think what we've got to keep in perspective, that there is a long-term problem, health risks assumed with that, and so that's what I think we really have to be cautionary of, is the long-term risks that we take.
Yeah, because it's not really fair if one kid doesn't make a team and he tried his best, and then another kid is real big and stuff because he used performance-enhancing drugs, and so he makes the team. I mean, I don't really think that's like a fair trial for the other kid that tried his best and worked as hard as he could to try and make the team and then doesn't make it.
Well, I think that for middle school kids, they should only get drug tested if there's a suspicion. But for high school kids, if they're in any extracurricular activity, they should be, because high school kids are more likely to do drugs. They're older, they can get it easier, they have connections and stuff. But middle school, I don't think so. And elementary school, definitely not.
Well, I do, because, I mean, any type of drugs is cheating. And if you use drugs to get bigger and stronger to win, it's unfair for other people. So I think no matter what age you are, you should be drug tested, because it's cheating for anybody.